Tonight's high wind event is on the way. Within the next several hours, likely see the worst of the winds start to move into the state line. We have a high wind warning going into effect in about an hour. That doesn't mean the winds start yet, but that's when these warnings will be in play across all of the state line. Basically, we're looking at widespread wind gusts, potentially over 65 miles per hour. That could lead to power outages as well as tree damage and also very difficult driving conditions. So be ready for that within the next couple hours. We'll briefly address the record-breaking temperatures. Mid-60s still across the state line, definitely feeling a lot like spring. And earlier today got up to almost 70 degrees. That officially ties the all-time warmest December temperature on record for Rockford. Also shatters today's record. You can see that ties December 3rd, 2012. Wasn't that long ago that we had that record now tying temperature across the state line. The big story, though, will be the winds tonight, as well as a chance for a few thunderstorms. Definitely looking blustery now, but not looking at the very strong winds just yet. Generally around 35 miles per hour across much of the state line. As you zoom out here, you can see around the region, this is where some of those very strong wind gusts are coming from. There's been reports into Kansas, even still this hour, with gusts up to 100 miles per hour. Basically, we're looking at 60 to 65 plus, moving across Iowa and Missouri this evening and then into us later on tonight. This is also where we're seeing widespread severe thunderstorms, as well as you can see, another tornado outbreak. Basically, these thunderstorms, when they get here, won't be all that strong, but they're able to move some of those strong winds down to the surface, which is why we may hear a couple severe thunderstorm warnings tonight. And of course, the tornado warnings approaching Des Moines, Iowa right now. There could be widespread tornadoes across the red shaded area and even into the orange shaded areas tonight. We, being on the fringes of this, could see some damaging wind gusts, but those storms are expected to weaken as they arrive. Really, it's not necessarily the storms, it's just the general windiness that could bring in those damaging wind gusts. So here is future track. These storms are moving at about 75 miles per hour or faster, so they're going to scream across Iowa tonight, reach us about 10 o'clock, and as you can see, they're weakening, but they still, again, could mix those stronger wind gusts down to the surface. So this is generally when we could get these severe wind gusts into our area right before midnight. We then clear out after that. So after 6 o'clock, wind gusts starting to increase. It's after 8 o'clock where you probably should hunker down and just stay put, because that's when we have these very strong winds in play. They're going to last for a couple hours and then slowly die off after we get beyond midnight. So be ready for, again, gusts potentially up to 60, 65 miles per hour. That is enough to cause some tree damage as well as power outages. Be ready for that, and secure any kind of trash cans, loose objects, patio furniture, holiday decorations. If you haven't done so yet, you got a couple more hours before those winds arrive. Start charging up your phones right now in case the power goes out. Find the flashlights so you're ready to go in case the power goes out again, and then have ways to get severe weather alerts just in case we do have those sporadic severe thunderstorm warnings later tonight. Weather settles down and cools off the rest of this week. Still looking a little windy tomorrow morning, but then settling from there. 30s looking long term with some dry weather. In your most accurate 10-day forecast, heading into the holiday season, warming up to near 40 before dropping again, maybe slightly above freezing for Christmas Day, which is now in range of our 10-day forecast. Evan and Brittany.
All right, the holiday season on the way. Alex, thanks for that.